1.
You're listening to the Glorious House of Gains podcast. Here's your host, Robert Frank. Hello, everybody. Today is February 13th, 2019. And I am at the round table of testosterone, which is actually a square because there's a leaf in the middle of the table. To my right, back in D-seat, we have the most aesthetic creature in the crew, Jimmy Triceps. So what's up, Jim?
Confess your love to Triceps, and he will never let you down.
To his right, we have the host of This Week in Sports, the Podie off camera. He'll be giving us a sports minute later on in the show. What's up, Podie? To his right, we have back in the seat. We'll talk about this in a little bit, but a freshly shaven DJ Khaled, Joey Bag of Donuts. What's up, Joe?
Another one.
And to his right, he actually said he's digging this new intro. So let's do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, he's thick in the midsection. Don't let him bang your daughter, because she'll need a C-section. Jacked man with a permanent tan, Ray Worldwide. What's up, Ray?
Yes, sir. Everybody in the building, let's get it. Let's go.
All right. So I had a couple things that I wanted to read, but I think we should just start kicking off the show with something that a lot of you guys aren't really going to notice, but me and Ray definitely notice it. The Podie definitely notices it. And as much as Joey and Jimmy may not admit to noticing it, they notice it now. This is the first podcast that Joey, and as Joey leaves the table, first ring. Oh my God, I gotta answer the phone. So Jimmy, this is the first time that you and Joey are back at the podcast table together. And is there any truth to the rumor out there? People are saying that there might be some kind of beef between you two.
There is no truth to that, man. I love Joey Bag of Donuts.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure.
Sometimes.
Yeah, we'll wait for him to get the headset on. Just as long as he clarifies that we're all good, then we should be all good. Joey, I know you're not on camera right now because you're getting your shit set back up, but
Yeah, what's up?
Truth to the rumor, the bros and broettes out there in podcast land want to know, is there any issues between you and Jimmy Triceps?
Yeah, no. No, man. I mean, listen.
They both gave real shady.
All right, so listen.
Except I can clarify.
Okay, go ahead, clarify. Because people have noticed that you guys haven't been on the show at the same time for probably about a month or so.
Let's get this guy's camera
Yeah,
set up first.
Vinny Bag of Chips, we know he's out in Colombia right now.
Yeah.
And I did hint last week that Vinny may be making a comeback to the podcast under a different name. And I can't wait to bring you that cool name coming up. But Joey, while you're getting yourself set up here, I want to read some Okay, give me 1 second. Let me read some podcast feedback, and then we'll get into your side of the story. Apple iTunes bros at the round table. I don't know if you're aware of this, but for about a week straight, we have remained ranked in the comedy category of Apple iTunes Top 200. So let's give ourselves a round of applause.
Whoa! Bunch of silly ass jokers.
Yeah, that's not just that. We're giving the round of applause, but you guys are the ones that are keeping us in that top ranking. So we're very happy about that. This one comes in. It's from Boadams1. He says, "Bro, amazing podcast. I've listened to all the episodes. Can't wait for Wednesday to get the latest podcast. Keep it up, bros." Thank you very much. This one comes in from Dat Beardo. He says, "Made an Apple account just to leave this comment. Love the podcast, bros. After I listened to one episode, I went back and listened to them all. Keep it up. Swole's the goal, size the prize. It's gains o'clock, motherfucker. Let's go." This one comes in from Mark Mac27. Says, "Glorious fan here. 5-star review. Great solo podcast, Robert. Loved the in-depth story of your achievement. Of your achievement becoming Robert Frank 615. You seem to be pushing all the right buttons. Very motivating. Thank you." And I'll read one more coming in from Lion Arroyos. Says, 5-star review. Found you on YouTube. Love the videos. Love the podcast. You bros rock. Keep it going. So thank you so much, guys, for the all the feedback. I browse from time to time. I don't know how much you guys do, but I check out all the comments that we get. I love reading, all the positive feedback. Sometimes people critique us a little bit, and that's fine. We like that because we always take that into consideration. But, okay, so Jimmy said no beef at all. Joey, let's hear your side of the story.
Well,
is there a problem?
No, there is no beef. But I just want to clarify in terms of probably what happens. And I do this to many people. I have a tendency to piss people off because I just have this, like...
You're an asshole.
Yeah, it's not... You can't even
just
say,
call
like...
it what it is.
You can't even say swagger or cool or any of that. I just will say anything. I'm very unfiltered. And I've said this before. Jimmy and his last name, the person, I don't want to announce his last name, I have never, ever, ever thought anything bad about him, ever. Never.
The real person.
Jimmy.
The real Jimmy.
Jimmy,
okay.
Our friend Jimmy. Jimmy Triceps sometimes has pissed me off. That's caused me to say stupid things. So let me clarify that, because Jimmy is a great person. My wife has even said to me, you got a real love-hate relationship with Jimmy. And I was like, no, I love Jimmy. The Jimmy Triceps person, not that it's even really a personality. I guess you could all say we have a little...
Everybody has.
There's
Robert Frank,
exactly.
Robert Frank 615. There's Joey, and then Joey Bagadon.
Yeah. So you can turn it up a little bit. I'll make a dumb comment why is he wearing sunglasses inside, right? And if I keep repeating that, that's gonna piss you off.
Yeah.
And I don't mean it to be like that. It's just me. That's just how I talk. So
you're just very abrasive.
Yeah, I do it to a lot of people. But as far as hate, absolutely not. No.
Okay.
And am I ever gonna stop? Probably not. It's just me. I've been like this when I was in high school. I used to make people cry. I used to say stupid things. And not that I think that he's weak or something. I just can't stop.
You were also the only one with a girlfriend in high school.
I was an awesome person.
Yeah, you did.
And that's the other thing. So I'm going to pick on some people right now, and that's to J-Lo.
I can't wait. All right. J-Lo.
Oh, shit. Beard so
For the
strong.
record, too, for the record, last week I did say I felt uncomfortable with people bashing Joey without him being able to defend himself.
He did, but...
And so don't be easy on J-Lo now, because he's not here.
I can't, because this is me.
Beard so strong, you about to get the works.
So I listened to the podcast, and he had said, and this is the other thing, and you, Rob, even said it too. You were saying that you were offended that I said that I'm a better athlete than you.
I was triggered.
Yeah,
yes.
But I am
it's 2019.
I am
triggered.
And I truly believe that I'll smoke every one of you in pretty much any sport you name, including J-Lo.
Wow.
And I told J-Lo this in a text message.
What about weightlifting or bodybuilding?
That's not a sport.
Oh.
Damn.
A sport.
You hear that all out there, bodybuilders? That ain't no fucking sport, bro.
I'm talking about something with a ball.
Okay.
And it doesn't even have to be that. We could do swimming. We could do track.
I got 2 balls.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
And I told J-Lo this is what I'd like to do, so there's some kind of support to what I'm saying. When the weather gets nice, because we live in New Jersey, it's terrible weather here. Yeah. Come maybe April, want to do May, I would like to challenge, and we can film this, every one of you in a sport of your choice. And we let other people, non-biased party, determine who is better at that sport. So,
have you bumped your fucking head?
No, I haven't. Because you guys have known me for 5, 6, 7 years or whatever. You don't know the guy before I became fat. I would...
Are whatever events we're doing going to be longer than 30 seconds? Because that's about all the wins you have.
See? And exactly my point. Wow. So, give me an example. J-Lo said he'd beat me in baseball. He hits 400 fucking foot home runs, and so do you. You guys are on crack if you think you could get to the plate. And right now, at age 35, I will smoke you. You wouldn't even touch it. You wouldn't foul tip the ball. We could go back to when I was in high school or even in my early 20s when I played in an adult league. I threw a no-hitter in a competitive league. You're not going to beat
Any
me.
truth to the rumor that you threw 93 miles an hour at Carnival Italiano? Is that where you were clocked at your 93
No,
miles?
Also where he threw the no-hitter.
If you would like to, my father, who was he's in the Hall of Fame, when I was in 10th grade, I played varsity baseball. Okay. I played against his team that won state championships year after year, ranked number 3 in the country. I struck out the number 4 hitter on his team when I was in 10th grade against his varsity team. I played against his team and was smoking people. So I used to practice with a guy who was on a Sports Illustrated cover, who went to the major leagues. Like, I used to practice with that guy. I would go to my father's school when I went to my high school and also played there because our high school was terrible. So I don't. Guys are on drugs if you think I wouldn't be in baseball. Name another sport
Joe,
and we'll play.
I am not discrediting your athleticism, but the fact that high school was a long time ago.
That's why I'm saying
and
now.
Some of these things I still currently do.
Yes.
So if you think you're going to be Ray Vegas in a sprint, in a basketball game, or anything that's football related, you're smoking rock.
Okay, so this is my point.
I assure you.
Because I can play basketball right now.
Okay.
I can go run, whatever you like. I run at the gym, I run outside, whatever. Let's set a date.
So you're faster than me from 0 to 60.
I guarantee. I'll put this shit on the table right now. I'll smoke anybody in 100 right now.
What I want to see, and as aggravated as you guys are getting, like I said,
I'm not aggravated. I'm dying to
all right,
see
so
you put your money where your mouth is at.
Okay,
because I don't claim to be the ultimate athlete, but I'm an athlete.
I believe that I'm a better athlete than all of you and J-Lo. Now, all I want to do is, if you guys are triggered, listen.
I'm on fire.
Listen to the alpha male.
But here's the thing.
Set a date and pick a sport.
My only problem with any of this right now is that if somehow, some way, you beat any of us in any of these sports that you're talking about, or I'm sorry, take that back. If we compete in these sports and you lose,
yes,
I could hear all the excuses already.
There will be no excuses. You need to have a non-biased party. It's not going to be me determining it.
So what happens if you did lose? What would your excuse? Like, you're not going to make an excuse?
No, I'm going to say, well, you know what? You guys are better than I expected.
Also,
I didn't know that was. I didn't think that was going to happen.
There will be some kind of an excuse.
Well, then, like I said, if you'd like to at least prove your point, I want to pick a date, pick a sport, and we stick to it, and then let some other people determine who was the best. Because I don't want to just talk about it and then you guys have your rebuttal. I want to do it. I mean, if you all play sports currently...
Yeah, what the people in the chat room saying right now?
They're rocking, Joey.
I don't give a fuck. I'll take on any of them.
Zach G, I saw, said that he'll make the trip from Pittsburgh to come be an impartial judge for the...
Again, we make a little day out of it. But I am not leaving here tonight unless you all pick a sport and pick a date.
Ladies and gentlemen,
J-Lo's
stay tuned
got
for
baseball.
the National Robert Frank 615 Recreation Field Day.
Yeah, have some people come by, make it a charity event.
Barbecue.
At the end of the day, listen.
Can we make this a charity
I don't
event?
know how many people out in podcast land really give a fuck about this contest, but we'll make it happen sometime in the future. So I did get a message on Instagram that I wanted to kick off this podcast with, because when we first got to the table, bros, I was like, yo, I really don't know what we're going to talk about tonight, because... there are some things going on in the world, and, we're a comedy show, so we can always, try to make people laugh or give you guys an entertaining podcast. But we also, or the Robert Frank brand, is also pseudo on the lines of fitness. And I got a message that I figured, you know what? We're a little bit of a controversial podcast. We're a little bit of a controversial show. Let's just talk about this and get everyone's opinion, everybody chime in, because I thought the question was actually pretty cool. So the guy started out just saying how he's a big fan of the podcast. He's listened to every episode. And then he says, so on the next podcast, and I feel bad because the guy left me like 1,000 messages and I never responded back to any of them. And I just picked this one. But anyway, hey, next podcast, can you guys talk about why guys like Bradley Martin, Joey Swole, and Ulysses don't ever discuss their PED use, but will push supplements and mislead and brainwash people into spending hundreds of dollars on what not makes them look like that? So let me read that again, because I think I might have fucked that up.
No, we get the gist.
Okay, so yeah. Mislead and brainwash people into spending hundreds of dollars on what not makes them look like that. So so we get it. You're one of the few gents out there that keep it real and would love a real answer. Appreciate it and love the podcast. Boy.
Oh, wow, this is gonna.
This is a loaded fucking question here on a fucking Wednesday night.
Let me roll with it.
Go ahead.
The reason why a lot of people like that don't discuss PED use is because of the brand deals that they have. agree or disagree?
I would agree. And before we even answer that, let's just go into the whole thing that we have no proof that a Bradley Martin or Joey Swoll or whoever uses any kind of performance-enhancing drugs. Maybe they're just blessed with God's given genetics.
And I also like to... Go ahead.
We can generalize and just say any
Sure.
gigantic dude like that, you're Mr. Olympias, whoever.
Right.
You can assume that. So we're talking about anyone that looks like that.
So C.T. Fletcher did an interview discussing his PED use, and he gave a really good answer that I never thought of. And this is how I go about this question too. I hate. I get questioned all the time, DMs all the time. My biggest one DM is, what kind of gear are you on? Where can I get some gear? Can you get me gear? Like, people just out of the blue asking me to sell them effing steroids. It's out of control.
Yeah.
Now, my thing is this. It's always kids, man. So it's always these young kids, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 years old. When you start talking about any kind of PED use, you're almost like you don't want to steer the kids down that road, and it gets glorified, and they think that like it's like the cool thing to do, and like help me out here. Where am I going with this?
But when you're that age, you're a sponge, man. Like,
yeah.
But it's like you don't want it. I won't talk about it because I don't want some kid to be like, oh, Jimmy Triceps is running all this, and this. I'm going to go out there and do that at 18, 19, because I don't want to promote that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's, to me, if we're keeping it mad real, to me, the shit is poison, man. Let's be honest.
Definitely poison. Especially the way that, I mean, listen, most people out there, and I see we have a, did you just block that super chat, Pody? Oh, no? Okay. There was a super chat that came in that was kind of weird, but I don't know what happened to it. Anyways, here's the thing. 99% of the people, okay, let's do it like this. 50% of the people out there that are getting gear and steroids and, whatever you want to call it. This is the Glorious House of Games podcast. Can we say steroids at the table? Steroids, yes. People are getting steroids from, 50% of them are getting them from the internet. And the other 50% of them are getting them from some guy at the gym or some guy that they know that got them off the internet, right? So
let's touch on that real quick.
Let's touch on that real quick.
That's number one. So this is going to turn into a fucking PSA. This is what this is going to turn into. And I think it's going to turn a lot of people off, because a lot of people are going to be like, look at these motherfucking hypocrites talking shit. But let's just keep this shit real. If you're buying shit off the internet, which all you people are, okay, you don't know where that shit's coming from. Period. Every little internet site out there selling drugs on the internet has some kind of story. Like, you're gonna, this dude, man, this dude's in the military. He gets it when he's blah 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 blah. You don't know who that person is. Do not, the little picture on his fucking Facebook page, that ain't him. All right, yeah. That's number one. You're buying shit you have no idea. Oh, you're gonna buy some testosterone that's marked at 250 or 300 milligrams. Per cc. I promise you, it's
75 milligrams.
It might be 75. It might be 500. You don't fucking know, man. So, okay. So I'm going.
No. Go ahead, Joe.
I'm a different. I'm in a different world when it comes to this stuff. Right. So, for me, to answer the immediate question is, why?
Has a needle ever touched the upper right quadrant of your glute, Joe?
No. When I go get blood taken, I freak the fuck out. Yeah. If you think I'm putting any needle anywhere near my body, I don't even go tanning. I've never been in a tanning bed, because to me, I'm petrified of that. I just don't do that type of stuff. Now, just to no, it does. I just don't see a purpose. I go under the sun. To me, all this stuff is cheating. Oh, you want to get your tanning bed? You're cheating. Go in the sun. You want to take steroids? You're cheating. Go lift. I don't do any of that stuff. To answer the guy's question, assuming it's a man.
Except for when you're supposed to be on a diet. You end up in the Wendy's drive-thru. That's cheating. But you could do that. You could cheat on your diet, and you could cheat on your girlfriend.
Yeah, but that's called.
But you can't cheat on the gym.
That's called a cheat meal.
All right,
and if you're admitting it, so that's to answer this guy's question. The guy's question was, why do they not say it? They're not saying it. Sure, brand deals come into play, but they're not saying it because it's fucking illegal.
Right.
Like, they're gonna get arrested. I mean, something will
investigation.
I don't know about that, because fucking Rich Piano fucking
Well, if
talks
you
about-
assume you're taking it in mass amounts, I'm sure if the police or anyone wanted to bust you in some way, I'm sure they could find some angle to get you for. But my point is, number one, it's illegal.
Right.
That would be the main reason. Number two, in a way, it used to be really frowned upon, and that's why no one ever spoken about. Only recently, because of the internet and research studies, which I forget who was telling us, that people are finding that if you admit to doing that, in addition to supplements and just being honest with people, you'll get a much better response. Because just BSing people and telling them this is from supplements, they know it's not from supplements. And the other thing is, these guys' figures, it is a combination of supplements.
It's
and
a combination of
it's
everything.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't just, if you only did that, or you only did the supplements, you're going to get two different body figures. And then you combine them together, and then you get a different body figure. So I don't necessarily want to say it's only from the shit. You know what I mean? It's a combination. So I don't see anything wrong with taking supplements, and I will not take any of that other shit. So I will take supplements. So I'm going to listen to other people.
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, let's get back to the actual question: is why these people don't admit it. They don't admit it, like Jimmy says, because they don't want to be looked at by, these. Listen, the social media, as old as we are, we're all in our 40s or close to our 40s. Well, maybe not you, Joey. You're like 36? But anyway, the Podie's still in his 20s. The internet is ran by fucking kids. I mean, when you do the breakdown of who's on the internet, you go on YouTube, all my YouTube audience, they're like 14-year-olds. I mean, the majority of them.
The engagement is the young kids.
Right. So you're over there trying to tell a 14-year-old kid that's in, 9th grade, 10th grade, listen, I'm running all these fucking drugs. That's one big part of why people don't want to admit it, because they don't want to be, back in the day, like Hulk Hogan, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, drink your fucking milk, that shit. He wasn't saying, fucking pin 1,000 milligrams of test a week, take your Tren, take your Dianabol. You know what I mean? Because he didn't want to do that for the kids. And even when they went to court and Vince McMahon got sued, or there was that whole the steroid trial back in the 80s or I guess early 90s, Hulk Hogan on stand denied it. Never fucking took him, ever. And then years later, right, he admitted it. All right, so this super chat comes in from a little Joe Dirt, says, any of you guys want to play me in Fortnite? See, this is the example
Joey Bags.
I will.
of like 14-year-olds that are on the internet. All
Bro, I'm 35. I'll play you.
right. So thank you so much, little Joe Dirt.
Little Dirt, yeah. Joey Bags is on there.
How much did he give? Will it pay for my monthly
$2
X Live
super chat. We
Damn,
appreciate it,
I
bro.
can't get the X Live.
And listen, guys, another thing too about supplements and PEDs and steroids and whatever you want to take. SARM, I guess SARM is like the new thing. You still have to diet. You still have to, in some ways do your cardio. You still have to train your fucking ass off. And not to mention, I know, I've said this before, I'll say it again, I know 30 guys right now that are taking gear. Every single one of them take a pre-workout, take an intra-workout, take a post-workout, take a fat burner in the morning. So supplements and drugs go hand in hand.
And the other thing is genetics.
Yeah, genetics play a big part of it too. You know who always says that they're lifetime natural? Like, I think it says, last time I went to his page anyway, like,
Are you about to say
3 years
O'Hearn?
ago. No.
Him too, though.
Yeah, he's another, like, come on, 50-something years old. Even Guy Cisternino told us that he believes that he's natural. There's no way that guy's natural.
I just don't see how.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he has a fake fucking
do
But
your
at the
belly.
end of the day, I was not to cut you off, but keep that thought in your mind.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I honestly could give two
Yeah.
fucks what Michael Hearn's fucking doing. I don't care if he says he's doing or he doesn't say. I don't care. I
To
don't
me,
care
to me-
anybody what they're doing. I really don't give a fuck.
The easiest way to determine if someone is doing something is just check out what their life expectancy ends up becoming. A lot of like the wrestlers,
Yeah.
like dude, like I'm like, oh yeah, Macho Man, wonder what he's up
Yeah,
to.
but them
I
jokers
forget.
are doing blow, bro.
No, I know. There's other things, but typically it's like a gateway. Like they start one thing and they just keep running the train on all these drugs. So I mean, it's like
The problem with wrestlers is the painkillers.
Yes.
You mix the painkillers with the alcohol, with the sleeping pill, because these motherfuckers can't sleep. They're taking like Ambien plus uppers, downers, then fucking doing shots and drinking wine. That's where they get all fucked up. But
You were going down going to a good point. I'm sorry I cut you off. So I don't remember what you were
well,
saying.
my whole thing is Simian Panda.
Oh,
Let's just say what it is. Simian Panda is fucking giant, right? I mean, just muscles on muscles on muscles. He's got muscles I've never even seen before on somebody. And we were with him in London, right? Nicest fucking guy in the world. We saw him again last year at the Arnold. Coolest guy in the world.
Right.
Do I think you put a gun to my head and there is a fucking bullet in the chamber and you're going to ask me, is he natural? I'm saying fuck no. And he's telling people he is, but what does he have? Doesn't he have a supplement line? He's got a merch line, and he doesn't want to turn off the people. There's a good portion of people out there that if you admit you're using steroids, they're going to say, oh my God, I can't believe, like, you've been lying to me this whole time. I thought I had a different image of you, blah, blah, blah. But I would think in 2019, more people are going to say, that's why I fucking like you, because you can admit shit like that. And I get that all the time. People are like, yo, you call it like it is, you call it straight, you and your crew, you guys joke around and say, oh yeah, it's fucking illegal. I never do that. But we know you guys keep it fucking real. So
I honestly can't imagine that anyone in the fitness world has not done something.
no.
Let me tell you,
It's just
the most
impossible.
corrupt, or not corrupt, but the NPC is full of drugs, man. Like,
Well, the NPC is I believe, a polygraph.
no, it ain't.
I'm pretty sure. Last time I checked, NPC was a
See,
lie
I'm talking
test.
I'm talking out of turn now because I didn't.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't
one of
know
my
you
one
did
of my
that.
boys who was supposed to go to
I
London
don't
with
know
us,
about
who backed out last minute. I think he still owes me like $150 for my birthday a couple years ago. But anyway, he says that you go in and they say, "Are you using any performance enhancing drugs?" Answer with the truth. Answer with a lie. Yes, I am yes, I am taking performance enhancing drugs. No, I'm not taking performance enhancing drugs. Here's your $75 check. Goodbye. You're good.
Oh,
that's all they want. It's a fucking money
okay,
game.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, because at the end of the day, is anyone really getting penalized? Like, they don't give a fuck. They
Well, no,
want
and
money.
that's not. Yeah, but there's a lot of people that think, or I don't know.
Look at athletes. Like the best athletes end up, failing a drug test for doing some kind of steroids. Like the best, your Mark McGuire's, your Alex Rodriguez, right? You look at them, and they're the best of the best. So why would I assume that the best of the best in bodybuilding aren't doing the
And
same
here's
shit?
another thing, man. That when it comes down to that, a lot of people. So you use the word steroid, right? That's a blanket ass term.
Well,
man.
you know what I
So
mean.
no, I know. But what my point is, even there's the new craze over the last, I'd say, 5 or 6 years. People love using this term. I'm on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, and people because they're getting it prescribed from the doctor, they don't consider themselves using quote steroids.
No, I wouldn't consider myself on steroids if I'm getting it legit from a doctor.
Right. So they're so if people
But
are
that's me.
right, but if
To
people
me,
are denying that they're using it.
I'm going to be on the opposite spectrum and say I'm not on that. So you're cheating, therefore you're taking the blanket steroids. Is how I would look at it. Even though it has a fancy name of therapy and you're getting a doctor,
Right.
You're still getting something that's helping you faster than I can do it naturally.
Right.
And the thing, again, we're going to wrap this up in a nice little bow here. We're going to put the wrapping paper, Christmas present, and we're going to wrap this up and clean it up for this gentleman that asked the question. And I would say his name, but he's a big fan of the show. I know his name off the top of my head, but I'm not going to say it. Anyways, damn, I just lost my train of thought for a second, but basically, what I'm trying to say is this. Ray Vegas, you've never touched a drug in your life, right? You've never done any kind of... Needles never went into your butt, shoulder, the quad.
Negative.
No pills, nothing like that.
Negative.
If you were to take something, if you just one day you woke up, you went to the doctor, you found out that your test was 100, and it needs to be in that, what is it, Jimmy, 400 to 800 range, something like that, to function like a normal man... and you did get on some kind of drugs, would you still take supplements as well? Would you still take a pre-workout? Or would you still take a post-workout? Would you still take fat burners and shit?
I don't take any of that stuff now.
So you take nothing right now?
No, zero.
Okay. So you're one. Okay, so you're an
all
messing up
his
point.
point.
It's been a while. I'm sorry. It's actually been a while. I mean, I ran the cycle of andro back in the day, and it actually, from what I can tell, it helped. It helped like hell. I ate right. I ate a ton actually. I was in the gym every day, and I did the cycle of andro that I got from Steel a while ago, and that really kind of jump started me towards working out and my road to growth.
Right.
But since then, like I just kind of was like, you know what, I'll eat. I'm not really about pumping my body full of stuff. I mean, I'm about ready now because it's summertime, so I'm ready to get on something. But what that something will be, I don't know yet.
Point I'm trying to make is even if you are on gear, and if Bradley, listen, because we got to wrap this up because we have a super chat I want to get to too, and this will continue the conversation in some regards. But if Bradley Martin is running a whole bunch of gear, he's still going to take his supplements. And it is a combination.
They go hand in hand.
So the guy is like, why don't they tell? See, they're not lying to you. They're just not telling you the full truth. So that's how we'll say that. Super chat comes in from Cadmiel Velasquez. Says, what do you guys think about fake weights? And that's another thing. I know that, we went to Real Weights for Real Heroes 2 years ago, raised a lot of fucking money for the Semper Fi Fund, and every single person that's at this table right now was a big part of helping raise that money. We went to the show, and it was an awesome time. I never gave two fucks about Brad Castleberry lifting fake weights.
It doesn't make any sense.
I could care less about what anyone's lifting. Weights never. See, I'm not a power lifter, so maybe if you're a power lifter,
that might offend you.
That might offend you, or like you're like, oh, he's fucking cheating. Yeah, he's disrespecting the game. He's saying that he's doing this when some fat fucking Russia can't even do that much weight. You know what I mean? Because most of these like big, strong power lifter guys are usually from Europe somewhere. But I never gave a fuck about weights. I've never looked at one person squatting in the gym, benching in the gym, curling in the gym, and said, God damn, that's a strong motherfucker. I care about how you look. Now, if you're fucking jacked out of your asshole like Brad Castleberry, and we just saw him at the Olympia a couple months ago, I don't give a fuck if he's lifting 5 pounds or 5,000 pounds.
Just to piggyback off that real quick, he popped up on my Explorer page literally yesterday. I have not gone to. I don't follow him. It's not that I just don't care for him. Whatever. But my point is, my God, he's got to be one of the most jacked jokers on the internet. Yes. My God, that motherfucker is jacked.
He's like 5'8", 5'7", 5'8", 240.
That is the physique,
shredded as fuck.
He looks better than to me these IFBB guys, man.
Yeah, but you know what it does? It gives these quote unquote YouTubers a platform to call out fake Natty, uses fake plates.
But you know how he capitalized like a motherfucker off that shit, right? That's a smart guy, man.
For sure. So, and C3 Muscle said, and real quick, this guy Brad Castleberry apparently trains at he doesn't train in some dungeon gym. He doesn't train in someone's basement. He trains at a 24-hour fitness where at any given time there's 20 people in the gym. You could look in the background of his videos and see people walking around the whole time. When is this motherfucker carting in fake weights? You know what I mean? Someone would have saw him bringing in these fake 45-pound weights or whatever. And you know what I mean? Unless the gym just has them stocked there for him.
When he's going crazy, I've seen some of his older videos when everyone was arguing about that. And you could see the form lax on when he's doing crazy heavy weight.
Yeah.
Maybe when he's a shoulder 225.
Yeah, a shoulder exercise. He's doing 200-pound dumbbells.
Yeah.
And really he's doing chest because his back's just leaning slightly back farther.
And that's another overrated thing is form.
Yeah.
Too,
but at the end of the day, one, I can't say that I'm 100% sure that they're fake weights, number one. And number two, he looks like a jacked pit bull. Yeah, when you see a dog with no hair on it and they're just fucking out of control jacked.
That's him.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah. No disrespect to Pitbull from the Strength Cartel, by the way. Shout out to Strength Cartel.
Big Pitbull, what up?
He looks like not human. Yeah. His skin, he is jacked, not just shredded. He's monstrous.
Yeah, man.
And motherfuckers call him out. Now, he's 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", whatever. He's short, because we walk past him and he's short. 220, 230, 240. Everyone, fake weights. You ever see that motherfucker jump? He stacks up like fucking tires that are over his head.
You seen him run on a treadmill too?
No, I've never seen that.
Runs fast as shit.
It's like how are you gonna fake that?
Yeah, like, he runs on a treadmill.
Motherfucker's an athlete.
There was a treadmill in London where we were on that showed our speed.
Yeah.
He does that in videos. I mean, to hate on people on the internet at this point is really starting to get old.
Yeah.
Because you could kind of see through it. Years ago, you saw the trolls and you'd say to yourself, like, you'd argue back with it. Now you kind of just see through it and it's just like, it's someone miserable who really is just unhappy and they're taking the time out of their day to talk shit.
You were telling me yesterday that you went on one of the fucking NetKids page and he gets 10,000 comments per video, but 9,900 of them are like, kill yourself, die, you faggot.
You can't, there's no way they're even reading the comments because honestly they would quit after a couple days because that would get to anybody. If every video you put out is getting 1 million views, 10,000 comments, and it's nothing but hate, there's no way you're going to keep pumping out content. He probably just doesn't even read them. He's just doing it because he has great engagement and it gets money for brand deals and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it matters about how you look. We were at the gym yesterday, and there was this woman who was throwing a lot of weight around, but smashing it on the floor to the point
Jimmy,
where this guy, Rob is curling in the squat rack. We were doing curls in the squat rack
Purposely.
and he literally threw the 45-pound bar with the plates on each side and just launched it just to make a ton of noise because she had just dropped her shit on the floor.
You know what, though? But
she was humongous. She made me look like a supermodel.
She looked good or bad?
Terrible.
Terrible.
So to our, I don't give a shit. To our point about fake weights and whatnot, if you look good, you look good. That's no girl, no guy. I would never go up to a girl and ask her, a girl who's toned and whatnot, how much weight are you lifting? You look phenomenal. Who the fuck cares? And no girl is ever going to come up to a guy and do that.
Bro,
Nobody cares.
The whole fake weights thing and the whole fake natty thing is an internet-driven, give these YouTube motherfuckers a platform to discuss.
Yeah.
These are people, and it's crazy because they get crazy amount of views and engagement, but they're talking, bro. I'm very. I don't know if it was Jimmy that said this or you. I think it was Jimmy that said this the other day. We were talking about Jimmy's a big Joe Rogan fan, listens to all the podcasts and shit.
Oh yeah.
I could give 8 shits about any of the guests that he has on. Like, Jimmy will find like a duck hunter in, like, Minnesota. Jimmy will listen to a 3-hour podcast with the guy in Joe Rogan about how he fucking hunts ducks and shit and find it super interesting. I couldn't listen to 5 fucking seconds of that shit. But I'm so simple. I give a fuck about creating content, and when I'm on YouTube, I watch wrestling shit, like, I'll go back, I'll watch old wrestling, I'll watch new wrestling news, all these different talking heads that have their opinions about what Raw was like, what AEW, this and that. Walking Dead shit, wrestling, and my own shit. I live in that little bubble. These are people that are out there. There's fitness people that all they do is talk about fake natty of the week goes to Brad Castleberry, and they just troll the motherfucker for 10 minutes. And supposedly there's this fake trainer that's out there right now. I heard the Misfits talking about it, where some chick is like scamming people for like diets, and she's supposed to be an online trainer and something. Who gives a fuck about any of that shit? First of all, if you're going to give your money to somebody over the internet
for real,
who you've never met before,
yeah,
go ahead, Jim. Go ahead, dip in.
Let me pull the curtain back a little bit, real quick. If you're, I feel like a dick for saying this.
Don't be a dick. This is your show.
If you are hiring somebody, because I know a lot of people do this shit, but if you're hiring somebody to plan your meals and do this online quote coaching, and you think that they're specifically giving you like a meal plan based off of you, they're not. It's the same meal plan they're giving you. They're giving it to they're giving it to 30 other motherfuckers. Just, I don't know, man. Do that shit on your own. Do it the old school way. Figure it out on your own. You're getting ripped off is what I'm getting.
The internet has a wealth of knowledge out there. You can find shit anywhere. A diet you can find. Now, Would I go to Guy Cisternino and text him and be like, bro, could you fucking write me up a diary? Or would I go to Jason Huh? Or would I go to Tony Pasquale? Would I go to any of these guys that I know have lived it, been there? That's me, just because I've been blessed to have connections with these guys. But for your regular dude who's, your 19, 20-year-old kid, college kid, maybe on a budget, he sees that this fucking, whoever it could be, is giving out meal plans, $200 for this and that. Basically, all they're doing, bros and broettes out there, they're taking your weight and they're saying, okay, you weigh 200 pounds, you should be taking in 350 grams of protein a day, 200 grams of carbs a day, and 90 grams of fat a day. And they'll just create something based on, like, your weight. But it's a cookie, it's a copy-paste cookie cutter, as Lenny would say. That's what it is. I mean, unless you're going to get somebody that's going to monitor every fucking meal, monitor your lifting, monitor your cardio, monitor your drugs, because let's face it, drugs come into play as well. Monitor everything, supplements from pre-workout to BCAAs, everything. You guys are wasting your fucking money. And I don't want to see any of my bros and bros waste money. If you're going to waste some money, go to robertfrank615.com and get some merch, or you can go to steelsub615.com and use RF615 in the promo code box to save some money. And I'll tell you right now, you want to get big, you want to get jacked, you want to get fucking just completely look like a fucking mutant, get that enhanced, the ultimate mass stack. That's some good shit right there.
Or go to Jimmy Triceps Instagram page, DM me. You send me some money. I'll tell you what to eat.
Yeah,
whatever you want to do.
Jimmy's doing meal plans for
Can I
200
show the people?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Jimmy's meal plan for the bros. This is what Jimmy brings to the podcast.
Get Joey one.
He does. He
this
brings.
Is what Jimmy freaking brings us.
For these people watching or listening on iTunes, top 200 rated podcast, by the way, thank you very much. Or all the different podcast apps. Spotify. Pody was telling me the other day the numbers on Spotify were just going crazy right now. So appreciate all you guys checking us out. I don't know if there's a ranking system on Spotify, if there's like a 5-star review or anything like that. I'd appreciate it if you guys could give us that. But Jimmy purposely brings the shittiest, most sugary food to the podcast because Jimmy wants to stay the most aesthetic creature in the world. And he knows that Ray Vegas probably is his runner-up in terms of jackedness. So,
yeah, buddy.
As I was telling, we're gonna calm the mood down a little bit because I was telling Ray, and this kind of ties into what we're talking about. But me and Ray, we had a childhood friend who friends with a plural, who their mom passed away suddenly, and we went to the wake today. Well, what a way to fucking shit on the podcast,
yeah,
right?
right?
We just
Jesus
turned it
Christ.
from what is that saying where you just go from 0 to 60 or 60 to whatever. Anyway, we went and. I don't do wakes well.
No, you don't.
I'm not a wake person. And Ray Worldwide, would you mind telling the people out in podcast land, you came and picked me up, and as soon as you came in my house, I went in my freezer and I grabbed something, and Ray Worldwide is like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I need a fucking shot if we're doing this. So the funeral parlor is about 10 minutes away. I brought alcohol with me to the wake. And I did a shot in the fucking parking lot.
As we're getting out, I'm already out the car.
He's already out the car.
Like, what are you doing? He's like, yeah, I'm doing a shot. And I'm like, and then he asked me if I wanted one. I'm like, how many do you have?
Yeah. So it's a problem. I think I need to check into some kind of alcohol problem.
What is it that bothers you?
Like
he got to that place, into the funeral home, and he clammed up. Like, you could tell he did not want to be there.
Yeah, but it's like the person that passed away is not like your friend, right? You're obviously going there to support your friend.
Right. A friend who and I'm guilty of this, have not kept in contact with like I should. He was a childhood friend that we were all best friends. When you grow up in like an apartment complex like me and Ray Worldwide did, like, everyone is your best friend. Like, yeah, you might have a closer relationship with, like, me and Ray might have been closer than me and this one of our boys were, whose mom just passed away. But we're all best friends, you know what I mean? And over the years, I definitely did not do my part of keeping up with the relationship. So I kind of felt shitty that way.
But, dude, fact that you were there, that you showed your face, it was...
Yeah, like, I don't go to family wakes.
Yeah,
you know
neither do I. Which is why I didn't even tell MBJ that I was going to a wake, because she was like, you didn't go to my aunt's, you didn't go to
But what
this
about
one.
it for you bothers you?
Dude, being in a room with a fucking dead body, first of all. Like,
Really?
that's kind of weird to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a natural thing to be. I mean, you're acting like that's...
Yeah. And then, plus,
I don't know.
I react, and here's the thing, this is the point why I'm bringing this up. How this is going to tie in, I guess it'll make sense in a minute. And I told Ray this on the way to the fucking funeral parlor. And it's actually a funny story. I don't even know why I'm admitting this, because Robert Frank, you think of Robert Frank as this alpha male, this fucking toxic masculinity. Shirts are going to be available soon, by the way, at robertfrank615.com. Yeah, so as we were going to the funeral parlor, I told Ray, I said, bro, I don't know what it is, man, but dude, I was on Instagram the other night. I was just on the couch, laying on my back. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, couldn't sleep. Scrolled through Instagram. I come up on this fucking animal page, and this fucking dude has like pet tigers and shit.
Ooh.
And like there's little
That's
cubs,
my new
like
thing, man.
like tiger cubs,
Bro,
and
go
there's
look at my
like little
Explorer
lions.
page, bro. That's all I look at now.
Really,
Yeah,
dude?
man.
It's fucking. I don't know how I came across this, and this little cub like came up and he's like running and he like tackles the guy and like he's licking his face. Dude, I'm like crying on the couch, man. I got tears. Dude, I got fucking tears rolling down my, and not crying like I'm sad.
Because it was so cute.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I'm gonna
bro.
tell you what I think.
So listen, I know what it is. I know what the problem is. And this is anything. Like I could be watching an Instagram story of like a kid who got surprised, like her dad was away for like 8
That
years in the
gets me
military,
every time, bro.
and then like they surprise the kid, and like the dad shows up, dude, tears pouring down my fucking
That gets
face.
me.
Shit, you know.
Yeah.
That's me too, bro.
Listen, and the only reason I'm going to be accepting of this is
Go
because
ahead.
my biological father, when I was younger, Vin and I used to, anytime we were around him, because we don't speak anymore, but when we'd be around him, we'd see him, once every 3 months or whatever on a weekend, and he would be like that. Like anything like that was like kind of emotional, like he would get like talking about something that's like he would legitimately, like a tear would roll down, and me and Vin used to bust his balls like, you soft little bitch.
Bro.
Like, we were teenagers, and yeah, I guess to each his own. I was more raised by my grandpa, who's like 1930s born, and like saw dead bodies in like a World War II or whatever war that was going on then. I'm not very good with history, but he didn't give a shit, and he just burned that into me. Like, he taught me when a person dies, nobody gives a fuck. They're gone. Life goes on the next day. Like, boom. Nobody gives a shit. Some people that are close to them, they'll care. But guess what? In a year, they won't give a shit anymore because they still got to go to work. They still got to make
Yeah,
money.
but he understands all that, but it's just still the fact. I understand what you're saying too. It just doesn't bother you like that. But you're still in a room with.
It's just the mood of the room
Right, the
as
whole
well.
thing.
I mean, our buddy literally, when we walked in, we seen him.
Oh, bro.
I thought he was going to collapse in our arms. And that right there almost got me to see him in the state, to know what he's going through after just losing his mom. So that right there I had to chew it back because I felt his pain as soon as he
I'm
embraced
not
us.
saying there's anything wrong with it. It's
So-
good to be emotional.
Listen,
There's clearly a problem with me. I went to my grandmother's funeral, and I was the person you shook the hand to. Like, I'm sorry. I was on my lunch break. I went right back to work. I literally left work, shook some hands, and went right back to work.
Yeah.
That's because
And-
you're a robot.
Yes and no, but I'm not saying what you guys are
Right,
doing is
right,
wrong.
right.
It's probably actually better what you're doing. It's healthy. to feel those things.
Another problem was a reason why I don't like doing that is because, especially now in this current state where fucking I'm watching lions and tigers on Instagram and fucking tears in my eyes, it's seeing other people get emotional. Will get me. Like if I see someone else, like I just said, like if I watch like a military thing where dad surprises the little kid, hasn't seen him in 8 years or whatever it is, bro, I'm like,
You're like the guy when someone throws up, you're right next to them and you're like,
yeah, exactly. So what I found out, and this has been a problem for the last couple of years, dude, my fucking hormones are shot, bro. So I had to go through some measures to get the proper medication that I need to balance myself out, and I got screamed at like over text message by someone. We won't name any names.
Have you ever been tested? Because there is a way to test your your testosterone. That's
testosterone
the thing, right?
and yeah. I mean, running so much gear for so many years, man. You know, it's fucking never taken any anti-E or Novadex or Arimidex or any of that shit. Fuck me all up.
Is it legal? Because I've always been curious. Can I legally find out like what my testosterone level is?
They should be
doctor.
Every physical you get, they're testing your testosterone. You're just not asking for the results.
Really?
Yeah.
It's 100%.
We got a super chat coming in, guys, from Noah Souter, our good friend Noah. He says, working at a car dealership, we have a lot of leftover license plates. Figured out I can rip them clean in half. The other guys thought it was funny. I'm puzzled here now.
He's doing like he takes
ripping the license plate. Okay,
I've personally never seen anybody do that before.
Okay.
And from
Sounds
what I know
pretty
about
impressive.
a license plate, they're pretty sturdy. So if you can,
I'm more curious: is he doing this with gloves or not? Because that seems dangerous.
And are there women around? Like, are you trying to impress some chicks?
and
Are
be
you trying to
careful
bang
with
or
your
something?
meat.
Yeah.
Jeez, got
Zach G.
Kung Fu grip.
Our boy Zach G. What's up, Zach? He says, Rob, what food do you recommend when tailgating before a viewing? Ooh. Zach,
Tailgating before a view.
yeah, there was
I like
no
his humor.
there was no
humor.
food, but I had. All right, so this is kind of embarrassing as well. Dude, my estrogen is all over the place. While I was in the house, I was doing shots of Gentleman Jack.
Watching Lifetime
I
movies.
probably did about 3 or 4 before Ray got to the house. When Ray got to the house, I did another maybe 2 or 3. And then when we got, my wife has Fireball in the fucking freezer. So I grabbed a couple Fireball shooters. And dude, I got into I'm telling you, I got in there. It put me in a good place, man. I was like, I don't give a fuck about nothing right now.
Let's go to another one.
Yeah, let's go to another one. Let's go to another viewing. So, but yeah, shout outs to our friends, man, who mother passed away. And I told Ray, I said, listen, I don't want to go. And Ray convinced me. He goes, dude, this is the adult thing to do. Were you ever in, I'm not going to say their names, but blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah's house? I said, yeah, of course. He goes, then you need to be there for them. So, yeah, I ate their cereal. I watched their TV. I fucking used their bathroom. Whatever. So, yeah, I'm glad I went, and it's good to see people. WRaber717, what's up, bro? He says, super chatting. I had to show the love even more through the super chat. Thank you so much, W. Raber. I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
And so do the bros. So, on my list of things that I had to talk about, I did want to say, a lot of people are finding out about this Cameo.com through the podcast. I'm getting DMs saying like, hey, tell me how this works. Where do I go? So anyway, guys, if you need a personalized shout out or anything like that, go to Cameo.com/RobertFrank615 and you will be able to book me for a cameo. If you have to say happy birthday to someone, if you have to say happy Valentine's Day to someone, tell your gym bro to get back in the gym, whatever it is, you can go to Cameo.com. I know I have a few in the queue that I will be getting to tomorrow. So if you book me for a cameo over the last day or two, I'm going to knock them out tomorrow for you guys. So if there are any Valentine's Day ones in there, I'll fucking hook you guys up. So
I would love to see a cameo for you when somebody is quitting their job and they're sending it to their boss.
ooh. You know what? Speaking of funerals.
If anyone is quitting a job and they want to do it in style,
yeah,
book out from a cameo and let us know how.
Tell me your boss's name, and I'll make sure that I get that. I'll get that resignation letter put in for you in words. Someone actually said that they would like to have me do the eulogy at their wedding. I mean, not their wedding.
Eulogy
at their wedding. Funeral. Sorry, funeral.
Depending how you look at weddings, you might consider that a form of death.
Hey. You know how many people congratulated me today while we were only in the funeral parlor for maybe a half hour. But so many people are like, "Hey, congratulations on getting married." Like they knew I got married and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know how long it is gonna last, but
how old was the person that passed away?
She was 63. Massive heart attack, unexpected, not sick, not just one day, boom. And I was telling Ray, we had Max Powers on the podcast a couple weeks ago. He had a heart attack, but the severity of heart attacks is crazy. there are some heart attacks where you got like 30 seconds and you're done. Like, it's just, boom, elephant sitting on your chest, you can't breathe, you're fucking dead.
But this is my point that I argue with you pretty frequently.
What is that?
The importance of things in life.
Right.
Like, when is it going to click that not all the little things matter that might seem like a really big deal when you have to just live more in reality and understand that that could be you, that could be your mom, that could be your wife, that could be one of us. Anything could happen at any given moment. So, like, you need to have some perspective on really what's valuable in life. It's okay to give a shit about all these things, in your life. But then to really, like, go to sleep at night and really, like, make it affect your life, it's not that important. Because it's going to happen to all of us.
Listen.
Every one of us is going to have something like that happen multiple times throughout our life. So,
like I told you guys, the nights that I sleep the best night's sleep I get throughout the week, except for Friday and Saturday when I'm completely drunk and go to bed and not remember going to sleep, is Tuesday night. Because I know Wednesday is podcast day. And this is what I look forward to. I know Instagram this morning, I had a couple of big influencers hit me up early as fuck in the morning, like, yo, what the fuck is going on, blah, blah, blah. So anyone out there over the next couple of days, if you notice anything weird on Instagram, yes, we are aware that they're making some kind of changes and some shit is getting all fucked up. So we do have a super chat coming in from John Vincent. What's up, John? He says, why is Joshua Navarro so quiet tonight? He needs to step his game up. Jokes ain't going to tell themselves. So, yeah, where is Joshua Navarro?
Is he in the chat?
I don't know if he is or not. But, yeah, shout out to Josh if you're watching the playback. Josh, I got a feeling that Josh is like a smooth operator, man. I think he's banging like 10 different girls.
What if it's J-Lo in disguise?
Yeah, could be. Let me tell you a good J-Lo story. Let's tell a good Beard So Strong story.
He's a fucking savage.
He's a fucking savage. So, damn, do we even go here?
I don't know what story you're gonna tell. I just know he's a savage. Big ups.
All right, Beard So Strong. I hope you don't get mad at me. Tell him. You know what? See, here's the thing. He's kind of talking to somebody new, like kind of, sort of. I don't want to blow his spot up, but he's kind of, sort of talking to somebody new. And
didn't something similar happen to another one of your friends?
Oh, yeah. I had another friend. Let's tell you about this other friend, not named Beard So Strong. Yo, this motherfucker banged a stripper on Friday night in the strip club. Let's tell you this story. He goes to a fucking strip club. Did you hear this story, Ray, worldwide?
Snippets.
Okay. So he goes to a strip club and he says he's there about 10 minutes. He sits down. He said the hottest Dominican chick he's ever seen in his life leaned bent down at the bar, like kneel down at the bar, legs spread, so her knees are like way past his ears. Gets up close to him and says, I'm trying to fuck. That's what she says to our friend, not named Beard So Strong. So our friend, not named Beard So Strong, says, well, I'm trying to fuck too. It's good. So she takes him into the back room. Now, I guess there's a little fee that you have to pay, right? A little table dance, lap dance, whatever it is.
Champagne room.
Yeah, champagne room, exactly. So takes this guy, not named Beard So Strong, back to this room. He sits down on the couch, and there's he said that there was like a mirror that has it's like what do you call those two-way mirrors? So he could tell somebody's definitely on the other side of his mirror, staring. Like
when the police do an
investigation. Exactly. So he's laying on the couch. She's doing whatever. So she says to him, she goes, whip my dick out. Oh, first of all, he says on the bar. Wait.
She says whip my dick out?
Yeah, hold on. This is where it gets interesting. First of all, before they even get back to the champagne room, our friend says, hey, this guy that we know, not named Beard So Strong, says, hey, I don't want to get back there and, give you this money if shit ain't going to go down. So, this better go down. Oh, Poppy, this shit is going down. I'm trying to fuck. So, it's like, all right, fuck it, let's go. So he gets back there. Boom. So then back there 5 minutes. I guess you get 30 minutes or so when you book, these little champagne rooms or something. So she says, hey, she goes, whip my dick out. So fuck. This guy, his name, all right, let's say his name is John. His name is John.
We call him Jay.
But we call him Jay sometimes. So he says, he goes, he looks at her and I'm so sorry, everyone out there. I can't contain I'm a host. Let's pull it together, guys. Let's pull it together. All right. So this guy says, "What you mean pull my dick out?" Like he thought that she had a dick. So, and he don't get down like that. So anyway, she was like, "No," like, because I guess she couldn't like initiate the thing, whatever. So he's in the champagne room. Now, he said that there's like a security, there's like, a bouncer or whatever that's standing a couple feet away. Right in front of him is this mirrored like glass that he knows that there's motherfuckers on the other side of the mirror watching. So he unzips his pants, he pulls out the old sausage, and she just jumps on it and just starts riding him right in like the club. Then she's like, "Bend me over and fuck me as hard as you can." And he's like, "Yo, are there people watching us right now?" She goes, "Probably, but I don't give a fuck." So he's like, "All right." So he just starts ramming this chick right in the back of a strip club.
I thought there was no sex in the champagne room.
Well,
man, times have changed.
Times have changed.
That might have been her like last day, and she figured, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna do
She's just
whatever."
like, "Yo, I need some fucking money." So, anyways, he didn't get in trouble or anything like that. He fucking walked right past it. I think he said he gave the security guard a pound on the way out. Like he's like, "Yo, good fuck, my man." So, so that was
him on a porno or something.
So that was
the first thing I asked.
On Pornhub.
He's gonna be on Pornhub, man. That's funny. So
did he sign a consent form?
That's Friday night, right? But he did tell me. He goes, "Yo," I don't know if it was like the nerves, if it was the scenario, if it was like just the whole thing, but I didn't give her like I wasn't at full strength, right? He wasn't at full salute. So whatever.
Hard AF in him.
So he asked me on Saturday if he could borrow some hard AF. So I gave him a sample of hard AF. And let's just say he put that to good use and again, we're not talking about Beard So Strong, anyone out there that's listening. John put this to good use on Saturday night. And he called me Sunday and he goes, "Yo, how long is this shit supposed to last?" And I said, "Usually it's in your system for like 48 hours. He goes, "Okay, because like my dick is so hard, and if it doesn't go down soon, I'm coming to fuck you." I'm like, "Great." So then he texts me this morning. I gave this to him on Saturday night. He texts me this morning, and he's like, "Yo, I could think about the slightest thing, and my shit gets rock hard. This is like, what the fuck is in this shit?" So anyways, we're not really plugging Hard AF here, but it was a story that involved Hard AF. So yeah, that.
So how much would it take for you to get banged in the butt on live?
I said 100 million.
Does Beard So or
It's not Beard So. I don't know why we keep thinking about it.
does he have an account that can support that?
No, but I'm not. No, he said that he was gonna come fuck me up the ass, but I was not gonna take that.
Oh my god.
So, anyways, while we're on the subject of butts, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to Sports Minute of the Week, let's do our baddie with the fatty. Ray Worldwide, do you have a baddie?
Yes.
Because this guy said that this Dominican at this fucking club was one of the hottest chicks he's ever seen in his life, and good for him for banging her. So, Ray, you do have a baddie?
I do.
All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the moment you've all been waiting for. Ray Worldwide's Baddie with a Fatty of the Week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that.
Take that. Yeah.
Let's wait at champagne bottles to pop while we do this
Yeah,
segment.
let's do it. Who you got this week, Ray? Who wins?
All right, so I gotta speak my piece first. So every week, bros and broettes out there, I have a listing of about 3 to 4 names, and I have the bros take out their phone and they scroll.
Yeah.
Rob is convinced that every woman with a fat butt that looks a certain way is a tranny.
Yeah. Thank you, Delray Misfits, for fucking my brain up. And now I second guess I'm kind of thankful that I'm married right now because I am so scared today. There's trannies everywhere. Like
Because
yes.
of how women do their makeup nowadays and contour their face.
They look like dudes. But go
And
ahead.
plus, we already gave the transgender nomination to Joey last week, so we're off to
yes.
So
And Joey has his transgender of the week tank top. He has it under his pink hoodie right now. For those of you.
The disrespect right now. Do you know what shirt this is?
Real
It
weight.
is
Just
real
the
weight
only
for
t-shirt
real
you
How
own.
fucking dare you?
So go ahead, Ray. Who's the baddie with the fatty this week?
So this was not my original pick, but we had to switch because Rob thought
'Cause you
that
picked a tranny.
Yes, and Joey Bags co-signed on my original pick. But so here's our new baddie with a fatty. Instagram handle is going to be nas.lorra. Once again, nas.lorra. LORRA. You are this week's Ray Vegas's baddie with a fatty of the week.
And again, guys, she has 48 hours to contact one of the bros to get her female baddie with a fatty racerback tank, available only at robertfrank615.com. And we are, I think,
And
maybe
also- wait.
20 plus weeks
Yeah.
of not giving out a tank top.
But here's a good thing. So last week I nominated a woman for the second time in a row.
Okay. And you got called out.
And I actually got called out on it. And so I DM'd one of the bros and I said, hey, look, my bad. There's so many. I need to put together a spreadsheet.
Oh.
I
yes.
think it was and I wish I could use my phone to look up his name. I apologize. But the very next day, I get a DM from him, and he put together a fucking spreadsheet
Yo.
of every single baddie since we
Date
started to
and
do this
all.
segment. Typed it up. It wasn't handwritten. He typed it up, and he even highlighted the two girls that I nominated twice. So
Even
big
the
shouts to you,
days,
bro.
the weeks
weeks.
that you were not available because you were on, working or vacation, whatever. He was like, no baddie.
I
No
definitely
baddie. Like,
owe you a
he
shout
knows
out
everything.
next week. I'll definitely have your name and I'll get it to you. But I appreciate that.
100%.
It won't happen again.
So that's nas.lorra is your baddie with the fatty of the week. So
I'm gonna give out the original woman just to see what the bros think.
Nah, listen, man. I don't think we should do that. Before we get to the Sports Minute this week, because I know a lot's been going on in the sports world lately, Jimmy Triceps, do you have a pet peeve this week?
Don't let us down, Jim.
Or are we going to skip this segment this week?
Don't
What
let
do you
us
got?
down, Jim.
I see DMs and I see comments from time to time that are like, yo, if Jimmy doesn't have a pet peeve, like, please talk about this, please talk about that. But I forget what they are, so I think you should come up with something.
All right. Oh man, I don't really have one.
Jimmy's pet peeve of the week is Jimmy's pet peeve of the week.
Yeah.
I feel like doing this shit no more.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have one.
The only reason, okay, so ladies and gentlemen out there that are listening to this podcast or watching the live stream, shout out to everyone in the live stream. Shout out to all my moderators out there with the blue wrench next to your name, just making sure that all order is stored in the live stream. The reason we gave Jimmy the pet peeve of the week segment is because, as you guys know, if you're fans of the show, Jimmy and I, we're like the voice memo bros. We'll leave each other 10-minute voice memos, respond back with an 8-minute voice memo, respond back with a 9-minute voice, all morning long. And it usually comes with some kind of bitching about something. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I was at the gym last night, this fucking guy did this, or yo, I was driving down the road and this motherfucker did this, or yo, I was at this store and this fucking girl said this. There was always something, if he wanted to, he could have pet peeves for days. And I know he says that throughout the week, or even the day of, he has something he wants to talk about, but by the time he gets to the show, he's like, I really don't want to talk about that anymore. Like, that's not
basically what
really
it is,
not
man.
a pet peeve. But give us something.
All right.
It's been a while.
All right. I just don't want to bore people. That's
You're not
the thing.
boring
I always
people.
make them boring.
They love you. They don't
Yeah,
care what you
right.
say. They just want to hear a pet peeve.
This is something I've talked about over and over again. But it annoyed me yesterday again. All right, this is going to be a quick lesson on like how to build muscle. Maybe we'll call it. All right.
Okay.
Well, if you are going to come into the gym and you want to do a flat bench press, okay, and you throw a 35 or a 45-pound plate on each side, right, and you bang it for 10, right. Then you throw another plate on. So now you got 2 plates on each side. That's 225 pounds, right? You just did 135 for 10. Now you're up to 225. If you get under 225 and you get to about rep 3 and now you're struggling, okay, and you got your spotter behind you and he's basically snatching the thing off your chest, right? But with the spot, you get another 10 reps. Yeah. But in actuality, you did 3, right? Then when you rack that...
So you did 3 because the spotter was helping you with 7.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Then you rack that, and then you throw a quarter on each side because you just got 10 in your head of 225. You throw a fucking quarter on that side, right?
Yeah.
Now you take that off and you bench that. You get it down, and you squeak out 1, right? But then you come back down, and now this dude's pulling it off your chest, and now he spots you for 5.
He's doing upright rows.
Right,
yeah.
so now you've got in total reps done for chest, right? You did 10 in the beginning by yourself. You did, 5?
3 alone, yeah.
3 alone, and then what? 1. Okay, so now we're up to how many reps, Joe?
14.
14 total reps. You rack that and you go, man, you're feeling good. Everybody's watching me now because you think in your little peanut head that everybody in the gym is watching you bench press. But let me tell you something, they're not. Okay, then you put a
the only person watching you is Jimmy.
Right.
Yeah, Jimmy, watching you make a fool out of yourself.
Right, and then you put a 3rd plate on. You fucking rack that. You can't even lift that shit off the chest. You can't even get it off your chest. The spotter's getting it. You put that down. Now, again, total, you did 4 sets, because now when you went home, you're like, yeah, man, I crushed chest today. I did 4 sets of flat. I did 4 sets of this. Oh, damn, it's a lot of sets. But you, in actuality, you did 14 total reps of chest. You got nothing done, and you're never going to get any better.
What did he look like?
Bro, it's every young kid. It's
kid.
every day it happens. Now, let me be full transparency. I used to do the same shit.
Yeah.
But this is why I'm spreading my wisdom as somebody that has been there, done that. You are not going to ever get any better lifting weights that way.
Yeah, 100%.
That's my
And
hey,
Jimmy, what's that glistening in your nostril?
that's that Tupac. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of getting Thug Life tattooed on my chest.
Jimmy texted me over the weekend, and he said that he was going to, he wanted to get a nose ring, and I was like, no, please don't do that.
All right, here we go.
So
the
he did
second
say,
pet peeve of the week.
listen. So Jimmy is like myself. And if you tell me not to do something, the more people that say, don't do it, don't do it, don't do all my tattoos. I want to get a back piece. Don't fucking do that to your back. Okay. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. The more people that say no, that's a yes in my mind. That's like, yes, you better fucking do it. Because I'm not trying to be a cookie cutter, you know? I want to be different.
There you go.
So I told Jimmy, and I was like, damn, I shouldn't have said, please don't do it. I really should have said, yeah, bro, fucking that would be awesome. Because then he would second guess himself. And he would say, maybe I shouldn't. But seeing it in person, it's not really noticeable. It's not tacky. So I think it's a good look. Good look, man.
Appreciate it.
I didn't even notice it at all.
Yeah.
So
Jimmy,
I'll just comment on
the
that.
response been?
Everything's been positive again, because just like Ray or Rob,
And it's not a magnet.
What do you mean?
It's not a magnet.
No, it's not a magnet.
No,
That's
no,
real Holyfield.
Does it hurt?
No.
Did it hurt?
No, not at all.
No? Okay.
Not one bit. Everybody's been positive. Like you said, he just said, dude, you can't even see the shit. I'm in these streets, bro. I'm in these streets. But let me just touch on that real quick. Every last person that I asked advice on this damn thing, Vinny was like, hell no, bro. Ron, everybody.
I would have said no too, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's your body. But
Right.
Yeah.
Not one person said to do it. So yeah, there was a lot of me that was like, you know what? F all these people. I'm doing it. And at the end of the day, I can take it out. That was my whole thing. If it looks dumb, I can take it out, and it's so small. But I love it, man. So I'm happy I did it.
Rob said he was going to get GHG for the Glorious House of Games tattooed on his inner lip.
Nice.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So I'm a big Twitter guy now. Fuck Instagram. Fuck YouTube. Except for this live stream here that we got here. I love all you guys. But Facebook, love-hate relationship. Twitter is my jam. I love fucking Twitter. And that's basically where I get all my news. And I guess it's because of what I like click on and search on and this and that. I get a lot of sports shit for some reason going into my feed. But I don't need to see any of that shit. You know why? Because we have the Pody. And the Pody gives us everything that we need on a weekly basis on This Week in Sports. Available everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Sports Minute of the Week. Here is your Pody.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm going to make this as quick as possible. There's been a lot going on, so I will start with... Over the weekend, we found out that Antonio Brown has requested a trade officially. That has been a relationship that has not gone well the past few seasons, and he has officially requested a trade. One of the best receivers in the league, 6 straight 100-catch seasons. Nobody's ever done that before. And then next up, we have Russell Westbrook. He made history on Monday, becoming the only player to record a triple-double in 10 straight games. I believe he's playing tonight, so we'll see if he gets another one. And then on that same note, similar note there, James Harden has recorded 31 straight games of at least 30 points.
I saw that last night.
It was 30 coming into tonight. He had 30-plus going into the fourth quarter, finished with over 40 tonight. And then you have the Cleveland Browns. They signed Kareem Hunt. Yes, that same Kareem Hunt that was seen in that video not too long ago that was kicked off of the Chiefs. Also, last night, Duke overcame a 23-point deficit with about 10 minutes left. It was the biggest come-from-behind victory in Coach K's career, which has spanned decades. And then, finally, Joe Flacco was traded today from the Baltimore Ravens to the Broncos. The Denver Broncos. And then last quick thing I just saw popped up from Twitter was the New York Knicks have lost a franchise record 18 straight games.
Big up Madison Square Garden.
They have not won a game in Madison Square Garden in 2019.
Holy shit.
Catch me every Friday, This Week in Sports, Pody out.
Thank you very much.
But check it out. Madison Square Garden is still fucking $120 to get a goddamn seat in the building.
Oh, yeah, because it's Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
I think you said, maybe I'm lost. Did you say Russell Wilson instead of Russell Westbrook? You said Westbrook? Maybe I'm losing it. Before you did that sports thing, Rob, you had spoken real quick about living in a bubble.
Yeah.
This is the life that I live, that I clearly live in a bubble. I got a work email that said, it snowed a couple days ago, and it said, Governor Murphy announced a state of emergency, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at my wife.
Who the fuck is Governor Murphy?
Good, we both live in a bubble. I looked at my wife and I go, is Governor Murphy a code name for Christie? And she goes, what are you talking about? I go, is that who's Governor Murphy? Is that his nickname now? I was like, I got a work email. She goes, what the fuck? She goes, there was an election in November, right? I was like, the sad part is I voted. And when I voted, I actually didn't even know what I was voting for. I just asked her what she was voting for, and I voted the opposite because I was trying to prove a point that your vote doesn't matter.
Oh, God. You're about to piss a lot of people off. Man.
So I can't remember. She was either Republican or Democrat. Whatever she was, I went down the line for the opposite, went home and said, I just erased your vote. So I had no idea that Governor Christie wasn't the governor anymore. So I live in a bubble because I literally had no idea. I didn't know the governor. I didn't know that happened.
I'm telling you, dude, speaking of bubbles, I'm up until 3 o'clock every morning, and I'm not being productive. I'm just on YouTube watching wrestling and Walking Dead shit. That's my life. I mean, there are times where I do some productive things at night. I'll fucking jot some video ideas down, maybe write some scripts, something like that. But for the most part, I'm just dicking off fucking...
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's not about... what you do could be considered productive and you living in a bubble. Because, I consider myself to be very productive. I just don't watch, TV. I don't watch CNN. So it's possible to be very productive and just be, on the outside of, some of these things. Because
it's easier to not pay attention to politics, man.
Yeah, how would I know all these things going on in the world if I wasn't specifically on that channel or that website to get that information? So it doesn't mean you're not productive. You just live in your world. That's all.
Yeah. No, hey, listen, man. Everybody, everybody's got to do their own thing, man. So Pody, what's our time check here? Because I know we're about to wrap this
let's wrap it
glorious show up. But I did want to clear something up, just because you know how social media works, man. People are gonna they're gonna listen to this podcast and they're gonna fucking start DMing Bradley and all the, Bradley Castleberry, Bradley Martin, and all these people saying that, Robert Frankie crew were talking shit earlier in the show. We were not talking shit about anybody. So just to make that perfectly clear, because one of the DMs that we read about the guy that says, how come these guys are doing all these drugs but they're not coming clean about it? Listen, I'm sure that if Bradley Martin or Ulysses or whoever else listens to the first 15 minutes of our show, they'll know that we were not throwing any shade on any of these guys. So shout out to them.
We also have no fucking idea what they actually do. It's just what we think.
Again, yeah.
And we're not specifically, I'm not talking specifically about them. I'm talking anyone who looks like a Greek god.
Yeah.
Like if I go to Rome right now or wherever the fuck wherever these statues are, Greece, whatever, and you see those jacked guys, like you're on something. I mean, you don't naturally look like that. I don't care how much weight you throw around. It takes a lot. It's genetics, it's supplements, it's some illegal stuff, it's a dedication in the gym, a diet, it's a whole bunch of stuff.
Sure, absolutely, yeah, no doubt. So for any of you guys out there, just know, no shit talking. I consider myself to have a pretty good relationship with Bradley Martin. Don't know Brad Castleberry at all. Who's it? Joey Swole, I think, was mentioned. Me and Joey are on good terms. I saw him a couple months ago in LA. And the guy Ulysses, I've never met. I know I brought up Simeon, and we talked about Mike O'Hearn. Listen, we're not talking shit about anybody, so that's that. But Ray Worldwide, did you have anything before you want to close out the show? I don't know if you had anything.
Good to go.
Oh, you're good to go. Okay.
I got something before we close out.
Go ahead, close it out.
Yo, are you really? I'm about to put you on blast, bro.
Do it.
Go ahead.
Are you really gonna let down the hundreds,
the tens and tens of people that want to see you at the Arnold?
Are you really gonna do it to them?
Bro, let me tell you, I don't know if it's because maybe we're just like a couple weeks away. I am getting so many messages from people.
We are effing. I'm telling the people right now, everybody listening, the 3 people that are listening to this right now, catch us at the Arnold because we're going. I took off work. Let me tell a story. I took off work a month ago when Rob swore we weren't going. And go ahead, but I took off work because you know what? God damn it. I am putting my foot down. Everybody at this table. I don't care. Ray's got a wedding that Friday. I'm gonna pay for Ray to fucking fly out there Saturday to meet us there. The fucking glorious house of Gaines is going to be at the Arnold one way or the other.
Why don't you want to go?
I know his reasons why he didn't want to go, and it is what it is, but I think he's having a little change of heart now.
His hormone problems.
Yes, I think his hormones are fucking evening out, and I think
but your brain it needs to take over, and I mean,
we will rock the world.
There's no real financial loss by going.
No, there's no loss at all. First of all, listen. Originally, let's put it like this. For those of you listening, and listen, Jimmy, if you said that there were only a couple people listening still, listen, don't disrespect the people because we have, I think, like a 97% completion rate on people listening to the podcast.
Yeah, my bad.
So people listen to the whole fucking show, goddammit. There's a lot of people still here. So anyways, here we go. We got a super chat real quick. Coming in from Matthew Nazario. Any relation to Josh? Oh, well, Navarro and Nazario are
close enough. They might be related.
Okay. So Matthew Nazario says contribution for the olive oil needed for free pH premium on Valentine's Day tomorrow. God damn! Oh, is that porn? Is that Pornhub?
Of course it is.
God damn!
Usually they offer a free deal on Valentine's Day.
Matthew, thank you so much.
Thanks, Matt.
I'm gonna go to Stop and Shop and get some extra virgin olive oil. Fucking pound one down tomorrow. Anyway, back to the Arnold. Originally, guys.
Big shots to Rosemary.
God damn it. Jada Stevens, Rose Von Rell. Oh, could you guys do a scene together so I could die already? Anyways, so, you know how many people were like, yo, what you know about Anika Albright, bro? You read that in the fucking comments section of the Valentine's Day video? Yeah. Those motherfuckers who know Anika Albright know Anika Albright.
She's currently pregnant.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn,
whatever.
Rob, you move fast.
Damn.
MBJ now?
She's still with, what's his name? The other porn
Gray-haired
dude?
guy.
Yeah. Anyways, Arnold, originally, we were supposed to go and have a booth. We were going to do the Robert Frank 615 LLC booth, and we were going to fucking kick it with everybody and just hang out for 3 days. Problem is, it was going to be too much of a fucking hit in terms of the piggy bank. It would be great to see everybody, but ROI in the shitter. Second, we were like, you know what? Fuck it. We won't do the booth, but we'll do like we did last year, and we'll just roam. We'll be in these streets, like Jimmy Triceps says. We'll be in these streets, walking up and down these fucking crowded ass aisles.
We are going. I can't wait.
So listen. And then Ray dropped off. Then Joey dropped off.
What? Wait,
Then-
I never got
now,
a reason.
Hold on
why
a second.
Joey-
Hold on a second. Let me finish. Started out where it was going to be Robert Frank, Jimmy Triceps, Ray Worldwide, Joey Bag of Donuts, Vinny Bag of Chips, A-Train, possibly Beard So Strong. We were going to be, as we say back in 1995, rolling deep at the Arnold. And then what happened? Ray had to have a sister who was getting married that week. So now Ray's out. Then Joey said, not doing the Arnold. Not going to do it. Which he pulled the same shit last year. Remember we were on Bradley Martin's podcast and he goes, I'm in. And then he pulled out.
To me,
And-
there's no purpose in me going at all.
What the bullshit?
To
Because
hang
number
with
one,
us,
hold
bro.
on.
I can hang with you anywhere.
No. You were so excited. He's like, yo, I'm going this year. It's going to be fun. It's a road trip. What's your...
Because then I come back from these trips and I'm just like, what a waste of time.
Yo, we're going for 2 days this time, man. It's not a whole big ordeal. We're driving the hell out there. I really want you to go.
All right,
I really want you to
so
go.
Joey is not
gonna talk
in.
him
As
into
of right now, he's not in. So now we're left with, at the time, myself, Jimmy, Angelo, Vinny, and possibly Beard So Strong. So we got 5 deep. Still good crew.
Mm-hmm.
Go down there. And then the interest from Vinny Bag of Chips and A-Train just wasn't really there. I think they were feeling the vibe from me that I really didn't want to make the trip. I really didn't want to go. So they're like, you know what? If the interest really isn't there, we're out. So now it's left with me and Jimmy going. Me, Jimmy, and possibly Beard So Strong. And it was just like, do we really make that trip? And listen, I do want to see all you guys. Last year blew my mind how many of you guys stopped me, wanted to fucking bullshit, take pictures, shake hands, kiss babies, do all that good shit. But this year, I don't know. And I teased Jimmy the other night because I was like,
you jerk off.
again, listen, my hormones are all over the fucking place. So I'm like, Jimmy, yo, Arnold. He goes, there's a horse sweat in church. I'm like, you goddamn right you do.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'll tell my little sister to kick rocks if we
That ain't
really
happening.
want to make this happen. I will go to her wedding and fly out the next day.
And here's what I'm gonna say.
Bruh.
It could be a last minute thing because what's involved? You get in a car. And
Yeah, you get in a car and you go.
If
You
I
got to book a hotel.
If I can get happy go lucky, the guy I'm telling you to think about and realize how important life is. If I can get the happy Rob, I will go. Because you have to understand that all of us are going to spend 8 hours in a car. There's money involved. There's this, that, and the other thing. Time. Jimmy has to put in vacation time. Like all that stuff has monetary value, and there's no return on it. At least let's all fucking have an awesome time.
Oh, I'm down now. When we get the guys together.
I cannot confirm right now that you'll
and
give me
alcohol's
100%.
involved. I'm good, man.
Yeah, but yes.
Big Papa
you
Pump
can't
at the
drink on
live
the
stream
way
said
there.
that he has some he's got some Letro for me to balance out my hormones. That'll be
Because
good.
there are people there. There was a guy that I wanted to meet, the book guy, who I wanted to meet there, who said he was going to be there.
Yes.
There's would I like to meet people while we're there, walk around and go have drinks and stuff?
It might be worth it just for that.
But it is worth it for that if you could give me 100%. But I can't take any kind of.
I can't have you flipping on me a week
here we
before
go.
saying,
Here we go.
like you did last time, I'm not going to go.
Last time I didn't go because I just had no desire to go. I just didn't want to go.
So put it on the table, man.
I will go,
Okay.
but because it's only on the weekend. I don't even have to take off.
Yeah.
But I just need I need it to be exciting. Like we're going there. I don't want any kind of don't even look at your phone while we're there. Because we're in reality. When
I want to go only if we can go and fight someone.
I'm in.
I'll fight anybody.
I'll fight
That's
too.
fine.
I don't care. That's what it
But
takes.
I want no one we go to California and Ray and I we sat at a bar and I'm not talking bad about you at all, but you just have a different your mind frame, like you said. You live in that bubble.
I live on the internet. I'm like
certain
that
things are
old Dave
important to you.
Chappelle fucking video where the internet is like a real place.
Yeah.
That's where I live.
I know, but
it's how I make a living.
I
It's how
get
make
it,
money.
but I work a lot. Ray works a lot. We all work a lot.
Yeah, I understand that.
But you gotta find some time to separate. And
that's
it's
gonna
not
be
a
the hard,
it's not a terrible thing. But when we were sitting at the bar, Ray and I were chatting with some girls across the thing, and Rob wanted nothing to do with it. We weren't trying to bang them.
because there were fucking trannies.
We don't. Oh, you think that's your excuse?
Yo, every
That's your excuse.
Joe,
They were not.
Let me do us all a favor. Just let's end it because I think he's in a good spot right now. I think
Today.
you might be turning him off a little bit right now. So
Look. You shouldn't turn off. You should stay. You should stay 100% every day of your life until your death, because you live one life, and that's that. I'll go. I just want everyone to have an awesome, exciting time.
It would always be awesome and exciting.
yes, man. Just even if it's like Rob said, every little part. When you look back on these trips, even like the bickering that me and you have on these trips, I look back and I missed it. Yo, here's a funny story. I know I'm gonna bore. I know we're gonna wrap this up. I promise. iPhone made this like a memories, like a 2018 memory like video for me. You know, they just popped up on my phone. But there was like 4 or 5 clips of Joey in this memory thing from 2018, and it just brought me back to those times when me and Joey were arguing in the truck or whatever the case may be. But those memories, like you always say, are the ones I look back on now, and I'm like, man, that was it.
I love all of our trips. To one exception, which was the last trip we went on, I did not have a good time unless I was with Ray only, because Rob was just not in the spirits while we were there.
Yeah,
You
but
just
at the
weren't
same,
going
but
the
at
whole
the
time.
same time, you have to. You can't just abandon him because he's
No, but I want to
we
see the
felt-
commitment.
Joey and I felt like we were the kids out to dinner, or parents, I should say, out to dinner, and Rob's on his phone, and we're just like, bro, disconnect for like 5 minutes.
To me,
and
just
be
being
okay.
alive is a great thing. You should just be happy you're waking
disconnect
up
for
every
5
day.
minutes.
That trip again. That trip was just not a good trip.
You weren't.
It was a good trip. It was still, but dude, that's what I'm saying. We were in California. We were in a nice hotel. There was nothing wrong with that trip. It's everything should be always positive. It doesn't matter. Dude, we could be in there and I can get a phone call that somebody fucking dropped dead at home. Well, I'll be there when the flight comes back and I'm gonna enjoy my rest of my trip. Because life is just that valuable to me. I just feel like there's no reason to ever think that something's shitty. Even something, and I was telling you this recently, I watched a video where a guy said, you're 25 no's away from a yes. And people don't understand that. Like, you start a business and your first business fails. And then you start a second business and it fails. Or you apply to a job and it fails the first 20 times. And the difference between a winner and a loser in life is the winners wait till they get to 25 no's and this 26 is the yes, and then they win. The other people give up. So there's no reason to ever give up. Ever.
Don't ever give up. And just to let everybody know out there what this note says.
Yeah.
I got a note sticking up in front of my camera that says I'm going to roast this Joker.
Yeah.
And it's pointing to Joey Bags because I'm still thinking about the earlier part of the segment when Joe said he's going to scrape everyone. So I'm just holding this note up just to kind of put everybody on notice.
I'm gonna. We need to set a date when the podcast ends now, and I'll roast all of you.
let's wrap it up, man.
All right. So
You guys got the
getting
gist.
rocked. All right, guys. So this has been, what are we up to? 47 now, Pody? Okay, this is 47
Creeping.
of the Glorious House of Games podcast. 5 weeks away from being one full fucking year. Awesome. Thank you guys for listening. I want to thank everybody in the live stream that hung out with us for the entire time. Thank you to all the mods. Thank you to all you Blue Wrench motherfuckers keeping order in the live stream. Super chatters, everybody. 5-star reviewers, iTunes. This is Robert Frank 615. We are signing out.
Yo!